Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining me today as we talk about vinyl siding. Now, vinyl siding, there's a few things that you're going to want to look for as you consider this product, and I'm going to go over those things today. But first, I'll just have to say, it's not a product material that I ever recommend for my customers. There's a lot of different brands out there, and the vinyl salespeople will tell you why their brand or these preferences are the best, but just personally know that there's zero reasons that I would choose this product on my personal property ever, and I'll talk more about that later on here in the video. So thank you so much for joining me as we dig into vinyl siding today. And let's continue this conversation on vinyl siding. You know, vinyl siding, it's not personally something we install, because we want to install products that are absolutely no maintenance and products that, customers aren't calling us back year after year for fixes. But if you are considering it for whatever reason, I just want to give you some basic information to help you along in that evaluation process so that you can at least choose a higher quality vinyl, one that won't have as many issues right away. Now, the first thing you're going to want to take a look at is the thickness of the product. Now, thickness is going to range on the economy end somewhere in the 0.038 range to 0.0 maybe 42. That's going to be the lower end, more builder grade vinyls. Now, maybe around the 0.044 range, I would start to say that's a okay product and one that's going to last a little longer than normal. Maybe just a few more years than the cheaper stuff. So it's hard to say how long this stuff is going to last, but the thinner you go, you just definitely know the UV is going to break down that product and allow it to be chipped and broken more easily, more quickly. So really, I would personally look at something above a 0.44, and these vinyl products are going to range upwards of, I've seen products, I think 0.55 is probably the thickest. So you can really buy a thicker product if you want. Most of the time when you're doing it from a vinyl installation company, you're going to spend quite a bit more for those higher end products. But if you're doing it yourself as a DIYer out there, you might be able to buy a pretty high quality vinyl siding directly. So if this is what you're considering, it might still be a really good product for you to spend a little bit more money and install a really nice vinyl siding on your home or property. Now, the next thing I think you might want to consider if you're looking at vinyl siding is the color fading. Now, all products are going to fade over time, whether it be a primed and painted or a pre-painted fiber cement or wood fiber product. But especially these thin vinyl products, they just don't last color. The color just doesn't last forever. So the sun is going to eat away at that color, and usually after 5 or 10 years, it's going to be evident, especially with the lesser quality vinyl sidings. So do your research, ask the proper questions, or if you're buying direct, really just look into the brands you're looking at if you're going to be in the home for more than 5 years, and just make sure that you're getting a product that says it's going to last a really just specific amount of time. I would hope 25, maybe 20 to 30 years, somewhere in that range would be a really nice guarantee to say the color is not going to fade past certain extent for this number of years. And I would look for that in the warranty of the product. Just as a comparison, James Hardie and LP Diamond Coat, they both offer in their warranty a way to measure the amount that a home can fade. And if it fades more than that amount, then both of those companies will pay for the siding to be painted to remedy that warranty issue. So just make sure that the product that you buy has some way of backing it up, and also a track record is nice. There's a lot of manufacturers out there of vinyl siding, And I would just make sure that you're looking at one that has been in business for a long time, at least as many years as they say their product is going to last. Next, let's talk about vinyl siding and fire resistance. This morning, we actually just started a project because the homeowner originally had vinyl siding and had a little bonfire to burn some brush a little too close to the back shop wall. Actually, a fire got too hot and it damaged about half of this entire large wall of siding. So that was the original reason that the homeowner called us to now install a high-quality pre-painted fiber cement product. But that's just one bigger example of how vinyl siding can be pretty easily damaged. I can't tell you how many times I've actually visited homes, apartment buildings that have vinyl that were damaged from a hot grill. That's probably the most common thing that actually damages a vinyl siding system from heat. So it doesn't matter if your grill doesn't have a fire, it could just be too hot or placed too close. Vinyl siding is extremely susceptible to heat. So I really just want to focus the conversation to some experts that have posted resources on Wikipedia. So if you Wikipedia vinyl siding and just scroll to the bottom, what you're going to find under environmental aspects is that vinyl siding, found by the National Institute of Standards and Technology, found that in tests involving vinyl cladding structures in close proximity, fire was observed to spread between two vinyl clad structures located 6 feet apart in fewer than 5 minutes. So in close proximity, vinyl is absolutely not a retardant, it's a fuel to the fire. And so another kind of really concerning thing here is at the bottom where the International Association of Firefighters, which represents firefighters across the U.S. and Canada, says that due to intrinsic hazards, we support efforts to identify and use alternative building materials that do not pose as much of a risk as PVC, which is vinyl, to firefighters, building occupants, or communities. So really just a resounding statement that says, please use other materials for your own sake, for our sakes, so people having to come into those buildings and structures and rescue you. Now, aside from vinyl's weaknesses when it comes to durability and fire resistance, the reason I could just personally never use this on a property of my own is because it just adds no value back into the property. If I'm going to spend money on a project, I want to know that a lot of those dollars are going to come back to me if I was going to go and sell the home. And with vinyl, I don't care what any salesperson tells you, at least in the areas of the country that we really work in and focus, vinyl just has no real estate return. If you put this product on your home and spend a lot of money doing it, don't expect to get all those dollars back. Look at what the price difference is between vinyl and a true high quality, durable product like James Hardie Color Plus or LP Expert Finish or Diamond Coat. Look at one of those products and consider what the difference is in price between the vinyl product and those. Because truly speaking, if you ask any realtor who actually does high volume sales and knows about this kind of stuff, they're going to tell you that the vinyl products just simply don't create the same kind of value return as you are from those brand name products, especially like a James Hardie Color Plus. Now finally, I want to talk a little bit about insulated vinyl siding. Now vinyl siding people love this product, and I think that's because they price it so high and make so much profit. But what I think you really should know is that it's susceptible to all the same weaknesses as typical vinyl siding. So those cracks, those breaks, anything from impacts from rocks and balls to lawn mowers, a lot of things bump into a house. And the fact is, over about 5 years, any vinyl siding is going to become weaker, especially in your higher UV markets. So, just understand how much sunlight is going to be hitting your home. And, if you have a lot of sunlight hitting your home, I just think this is a terrible product if you're going to be in your home for a long period of time and you don't want to deal with maintenance or repairs. Because if you really just choose a fiber cement or a wood fiber product, it's just not susceptible to a lot of the damage that happens from incidental things around the home. Additionally, from windstorms, hailstorms, things like that. So Those other products, aside from vinyl siding, are just going to have a lot lower maintenance in the long run. And insulated back vinyl siding, no matter what a salesperson says, it just doesn't solve all those issues. It may provide a little more insulation. My question would be is how much? I don't know how great those insulation systems really seal. Because I know if you're really looking for increased insulation value, there's a lot better ways to do it. And I'm going to talk about that more in one of my upcoming videos. So please subscribe, check that one out. And I really look forward to really showing you how you can actually add insulation to your home and probably spend just maybe a little bit more than one of these insulation-backed vinyl products that just don't add any real value. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode. Please comment below if you have any questions at all. Please like and subscribe, and thank you guys so much. Have a great day.